Hello, it's Gordon here. Hope all is well with you. And this Facebook Live I've called a light bulb moment, because I want to talk about Thomas Edison. Light bulb, Thomas Edison. He was born today, 11th of February, as I'm recording this. 11th of February, 1847. Thomas Edison was born. And people like Thomas Edison are a godsend for people like me who make quote images. You can quote after quote after quote from Thomas Edison that work great for quote images. And his most famous quote is this one: "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Which is a great quote. But I actually prefer another quote of his, and it's this one: "We often miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work." What a great quote. We often miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. And how true is that? Because as soon as we take action in any field or niche, we will almost immediately realise how much work the people at the top of the field have had to put in. That's true in pretty much any industry or any field, and I would defy you to suggest otherwise. And what often happens is that people start to take action and realise how much work is going to be involved to make progress and to rise up. And then instead of taking on the work or relishing the prospect and looking forward to getting stuck in, what they actually do is say, you know what, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to face the prospect of the work or to take on the work or to get stuck in. What I'm actually going to do instead is moan about lack of opportunity and how others have had opportunity. Well, hang on. If that's the case, that you're just not taking on the work, well, the problem is not in the lack of opportunity. The problem is in your willingness or lack of willingness to take on the work. And that's a point about personal responsibility, which I've made a lot in the past because it's part of my core message. Take personal responsibility for your choices. Not only your action or your lack of action, because that comes down ultimately to personal choice, doesn't it? So if we look back at the first quote I mentioned of Edison, the more famous one about finding 10,000 ways that won't work rather than failure, well, that also involves work, doesn't it? Because you've got to try one way, take action, see whether it works or not. If it doesn't, you've got to come back, pick another way, try another way, see if that works. If it doesn't, you've got to come back, pick another way. Well, you get the idea with that one. And on and on and on. And that is hard work. Might be hard work physically, it's hard work mentally. You have to get the mindset side of it right. So I don't want to go on too much in these videos. I keep saying I'm going to try and keep them short, and then I slip into waffle mode. So I'm going to sign off for this one, celebrating Thomas Edison on his birthday today, February the 11th, looking at great quotes of his about opportunity and hard work and trying again if you don't succeed the first time. And it's exactly the kind of thing I talk about in my 8-step goal achievement formula, in my Transform Your Life Now program, which you can see at transformyourlifenow.com. So let me know what you think. Had you heard of that first more famous quote of Thomas Edison, or had you heard of the other quote I mentioned, maybe a less famous quote, but I think I prefer that one. Hope all is well with you, wishing you as ever health and happiness, and I will speak to you again soon.